successful in their first 4 games.
Interesting tactic though para sa SHERI, the #1 team in this tournament, no? They start with Lim and then Lau comes off the bench para sa kanila.
Siguro diesel din kasi to eh. And they have a bunch of players that like Sidney Abrigo, Carson Cordova, Charles Chua. They can chip in from time to time. And that's why they can afford to set guys like Ron Lim and Alex Lau to start the ball game.
But goal gets called for the travel on that baseline attack. Itong si Johannes Kevin go rocking the short shorts in this game. The pull-up pop. No. Ang gets the board.
Parang nauso na rin siya ngayon eh. No? Yung, dati, di ba, long shorts. Tapos, I think nung 70s, 80s yung short shorts. Tapos nung 90s, 2000s, 2010s, nag-long shorts. Tapos eventually, bumalik din yung short shorts eh.
Pero alam mo, Dino, parang the trend is reversing. Bumabalik naman doon sa long shorts ulit.
Diba? Bumabalik ulit sa long shorts?
Kahit yung mga kids these days, yung nasa Lasal Green Hills, marami silang players doon.
Would you want to wear? Ako, I'd rather go short shorts.
Parang same pa rin kami ni Johannes go ng length eh. Ganun pa rin yung gusto ko na
ganun din ako. Same din ako eh. Kasi parang I feel like nakakasagabal sa movement yung long shorts. I don't know what other players would feel like na bakit nila pine-prefer yung long shorts.
Oo, parang mahirap yun when you feel it on your knees, no? Na habang tumatakbo ka.
What's interesting about SHERI, their numbers dead last when it comes to field goal percentage. They're 33.4% when it comes to field goals. And yung offensive rating nila, number 6. So, the reason why they've been winning ball games is their defense. In their first 4 games, they haven't scored beyond 70 points. So, depensa talaga ang puhunan nitong team na to.
And they're the #1 team with that defense. Still have yet to register a loss in this tournament. The putback, it's good. Para kay Sidney Abrigo. Early timeout dito. 6 minutes and 19 seconds in this opening period. 9-4 is the score. This timeout brought to you by Chu Sarap. Fresh off that timeout, the score 9-4 in favor of the #1, the unbeaten SHERI in this 35 and up division of the 2025 GABL Bounty Fresh. Still in our first quarter, 6 minutes and 19 seconds.
I have a feeling if CHANG SPA scores above 70 points, they will win this ball game.
As Ang inside. Titingnan natin if tama ba yung prediction ni Dino mamaya. Above 70 points.
If they don't, I don't think they're gonna win this game. Kasi they will play into the style of play of SHERI, which is a low-scoring ball game. But if they make it a high-scoring ball game, tapos wala pa yung #1 scorer ng SHERI, I think CHANG SPA has a chance of winning this game.
And could they be the first team to give this SHERI squad a loss? Fast break attack. No good. Sidney once again with the cleanup.
You have to box out a guy like Sidney Abrigo, because that's how he plays. He's gonna go for those offensive rebounds and putbacks.
6-point lead para sa SHERI. Hard drive inside, getting the bruise and the deuce. Albert getting it inside. Take a look at this one more time. Hard to the rim, the Namco drive of the game.
And so far, hindi ramdam yung absence nitong si Erwin Lim. With the way they've been playing in this first quarter, already putting up 14 points. Wala pang 5 minutes.
14-5 is the score. Chang SPA, they want to answer back. Up top. They give it to Ang. Isolated on that elbow. Facing the bucket, no. Here they come. Open look. It's off. Rebounded. Left hand lay. Offensive board once again. Almost a steal it is. Para sa Chang SPA. Ang kick, corner, Tan, open, book it.
Charles Tan. They needed that kasi medyo lumalayo na tong SHERI with a 9-point lead and then eventually cutting it down to 6.
The float game, he's got it. Para kay Jeff Chua. Kalantok picks up the dribble. And then they give it inside. The post and the foul.
And what's scary about this team of SHERI is, yes, they for their first 4 games, they haven't gone past 70 points. What's scary is when they start making shots or have a high-scoring ball game, parang medyo mahirap na talunin yan kasi medyo mahirap magkaroon ng off night sa sa depensa eh.
But Patrick Ang making it rain from deep. Cuts the lead down just to 5 points. Stephen has it onto the left side. They try to answer back with a 3 of their own. It's off. But the offensive board once again. Tan with the putback. That's Alex Tan. Here comes Kalantok. The quick attack, it's a brick.
They need to box out Alex Lau and Sydney Abrigo. Not give up those second chance points.
10 seconds on the shot clock. Alex one more time, no. Kalantok to push. To the corner, Tan. Attacks the closeout. To the corner, back to Tan. Ang naman gets the leaning jumper to drop. Timeout gonna be called dito. 22-11 is the score. SHERI still up. This timeout is brought to you by Chusarap. Still in our first quarter, 3 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. Just a 5-point lead for the number 1 SHERI squad. Looking at this one more time, Ang fading away. That's a difficult shot and still gets it to drop.
Nowitzki-esque move. Or Nowitzki-esque shot coming from Patrick Ang. 1 foot fade away. I think si Luka ginagawa na rin yun, di ba?
Tama, actually, si Luka, no?
Medyo slow-mo.
Disciple of Dirk, also playing for the Mavs.
Congratulations to the Los Angeles Lakers. tying the series against the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Talagang Lakers, no? Madaming haters din, no? A lot of non-believers. Sinasabi, Minnesota na daw yung mananalo doon.
I feel like the Lakers has a shot of going to the finals, in my opinion. Or dahil biased lang ako kasi I'm rooting for the...
And kahit ako dino, tingin ko Lakers din mananalo dyan sa finals eh. But right now, it's still a 7-point lead para sa SHERI. Onto the right side, the bounce inside to Alex. It's a turnover. Here comes Chang. Taking his time. Doesn't take the shot. Instead, it's an open look from 3. Can't get it. Kalantok fakes it. And then kicks it. Tan. Ready position? No.
Well, itong offense ng CHANG SPA, they don't... Puro perimeter yun eh. Because they don't have a guy like Sidney Abrigo or Alex Lau who gets buckets from the inside. So, itong CHANG SPA, lahat ng score nila, it's either from a drive or from a shot outside.
That time around, Alex Lau getting the easy look with the sweet dish coming from Ronald Lim.
That's why you will notice ang daming gina-jack up na outside shots itong CHANG SPA.
The dump down inside, faking, and he gets rejected. Big defensive intervention coming from Raymond Kwan.
Shooting 27% from the field itong CHANG SPA. Not really a start that you want.
Chung can't get it to drop.
Wala pa rin.
Still no on that second look and could be directly correlated Dino dun sa
under the weather.
And then,
si Elizardo Singa yung yung one of the players that is feeling under the weather apart from Johannes Go. But I think you have to give credit talaga sa defense ng SHERI.
And you did mention their defense really what's keeping them afloat in this tournament and making them the #1 team. Ang drops it inside. What a find.
Probably the lone easy basket for CHANG SPA in this first quarter. Great look coming from Patrick Ang.
Last shot dito para sa SHERI. Ronald has it. Driving inside and drawing that foul. 4 seconds left on our game clock.
Foul number 11, Patrick Ang, second personal.
2 fouls on Patrick Ang.
Shooting 2, rolling.
And looking at our Golf Classic, May 15, 2025, happening in Manila Southwoods Golf and Country Club. So contact Coach Edster C for more information on the Golf Classic. 4 seconds left. And to receive. He gets blocked once again. That's the second block already coming from Raymond Kwan. And at the end of our opening period, the score, 24-15. SHERI, the #1 team in this tournament, are up by 9 points. Taking a look at the quarter highlights, Dino.
Charles Philip Tan making a 3 early in the first quarter. But itong SHERI, not the usual quarter that they've been having because they scored 24 points and they only average, less than 70 points per game. That's why they're the #6 when it comes to offensive rating. But this is what's scary about this team is when they start making shots. And as proof in this first quarter, they've already had 24 points. They're a tough team to beat with the defense that they have.
24-15 is the score at the end of the first.
man mapunta, may bounty friend. My bounty friend.
Second quarter of action here at the Bounty Fresh GABL 2025. 24-15 is the score. Lamang ng 9 points dito ang SHERI over CHANG SPA. Aaron D joined by Dino Lee. And like you mentioned, SHERI not doing what they usually do, but in a good way in terms of scoring.
And you have to feel pretty good. You don't have Erwin Lim, your number one scorer in this game. But you've managed to put up 24 points in the first quarter. And that's a bad sign if you're CHANG SPA. You have to shore up on the defensive end and don't give up those offensive rebounds.
But Ang can't get the mid-range bucket to drop. Ronald bounce it corner. Thinking about the three, and then he crosses it over to the other side. 10 seconds on the shot clock. The mid-range jumper hits nothing.
To start this ball game, the first quarter, 40% from the field itong SHERI. Not the usual talaga.
Lob it up inside, Ang. The half spin, the kick. Open look. Still can't buy one from three. Cross it, Kalantok. Long two. Still off para sa CHANG SPA. Here they come in transition. Gets the basket plus the foul. Chua right through the contact.
Foul number 6, Johannes goes first.
And check this out. Jeff Chua with the Namco Mitsubishi Motors Ilocos drive of the game.
6 points. Oh, sorry. Make that 7 points for Jeffrey Chua.
The drive inside by Ang. Floating high. That's a tough shot. Heavily contested. Ten-point lead dito. They give it to the corner. The attack by Chua leaning on that jumper. Difficult delivery para kay Jeff Chua.
Feeling it. He now has 9 points to lead all scorers.
Ang gets double teamed. And he gets fouled.
Foul number 81, Ronald Lim, and his first rebound.
And we're really seeing the trend, Dino, in the CHANG SPA team. Really opting for those outside jumpers, long two-pointers, instead of taking it inside.
Wala kang ano eh. All 5 guys are positioned outside because that's how they're naturally accustomed to when it comes to scoring. They don't have guys like Alex Lau who's yung pupwesto talaga sa ilalim, waiting for a drop pass.
Open look. He shoots it. It's off. Kalantok gets it, and here they come running. Lob it up, and Ang gets tripped up.
Number 7, Albert Chua.
Ang a bit frustrated after that foul.
Yung mga ganong foul kasi medyo delikado, I would say.
18 seconds.
It's reminiscent of what was done to Luka Doncic. Hindi naman. Kasi yung kay Luka Doncic, yung replay, yung kay McDaniels, yung inipit niya yung isang paa ni
Hindi ko nga nakita yun
McDaniels
dito
kanina.
Game 2 yun.
Game 2, kaninang game 2. Yan kasi, accidentally na trip up. Pero yung, hindi siya tinawagan, but inipit ni Daniels yung paa ni Luka Doncic, which made him fall earlier in this yung ball game kanina ng Lakers against Minnesota. But good thing wala naman nangyari kay Patrick Ang doon.
And Patrick Ang sinking those 2 free throws. Cuts it down to just 10 points, 29-19. Jeffrey Chua attacking that baseline, and then he kicks it. Albert Chua this time, no. Back to Jeffrey. Reset on the 14. He gets blocked, and it's a travel. 7 minutes and 3 seconds in the second quarter.
So far, itong offense ng CHANG SPA being contained by SHERI. They're shooting 24% from the field.
Kalantok. Free throw line
Kapos.
jumper. That's short. Alex gets it. Here comes Albert. He gets it back, takes it. Just a bit short. Give it to Ang. Right side, going to a strong hand. Trying to force the issue, and he draws the foul.
Not yet in the penalty. Just
TV timeout gonna be called dito in our second quarter. 6 minutes and 22 seconds. It's a 10-point lead by SHERI. Timeout brought to you by Chew Sarap. Fresh off that timeout. Looking at Jeffrey Chua. A difficult angle on that shot, and it's a swish. This time around, Patrick Ang to the free throw line, and you did mention it, Dino, na Patrick Ang has some experience playing in the NCAA.
Yeah, he played for Coach Louis Alas. And if I'm not mistaken, nakasabay pa niya si RJ Hazul, Kevin Alas, the older brother of Kevin Alas, tsaka si Ray Guevara, yung I think NCAA Slam Dunk champion. Na nag-PBA din yun eh, nag-Powerade din siya eh, nung Powerade Tigers.
A lot of big names mentioned right there. Meanwhile, Ronald, open look, high off the window.
I was surprised nag-2 free throw si Patrick dun. Ah, okay, penalty na pala.
31-19 is the score. Ang, open look. Can't hit the three-pointer.
Shots are not falling for CHANG SPA.
And could it be time to stop settling for that outside shot, Dino?
But what choice do they have? They don't have someone to post up to. Pwede rin naman si Patrick, but so far in this ball game, he's
And that's the Masumax power move of the game. Inside, Ronald for the deuce. They get an open look inside. And Patrick Ang, once again, doing a lot of things for his team. But you did mention it, Dino. What choice do they have? Parang lahat ng mga player nila, they don't have a center. Puro sila forwards or guards eh.
the best thing that they could do is cut to the basket. But sasalubong naman sa'yo si Sidney Abrigo, si Alex Lau, which is far much taller than the players of CHANG SPA. And ano yan eh, more of bangers itong mga players na to eh. And looking at the lineup of CHANG SPA, I think it's a mismatch when it comes to the interior.
It's a steal. No, they get it back. The save. And it bounces out. And Kita mo palang Dino, look at this lineup they have. Two centers, Alex Lau and itong si Abrigo, really trying to take advantage of that height advantage they have today.
Which opens up things for guys like Jeffrey Chua and Ron Lim. Kasi pag may players ka sa ilalim, mas luluwang yung yung sa labas eh.
Tan drives the baseline. Good attack on the closeout.
But it's just a 9-point game. So if you're Chang Spa, you still have a shot. Kaso,
Not the best of fouls though on Tan. Fouling itong si Alex Lau.
That is second team foul substitution.
31-22 is the score. A substitution coming up for La SHERI. Pasok dito si Earl Everson C. Lalabas naman dito si Jeffrey Chua.
itong si Stephen Moya, number 13 of La SHERI, wearing the Kobe Nike Kobe 8 Protro. What the?
And yun yung bagong
Color,
release
diba?
dito.
Oo,
No?
bagong release. Di ba pipila ka dyan para makakuha niya? So, ibig sabihin, pumila siya or bumili siya sa reseller. Di ba?
Tama, Dino. Kung sa reseller, sobrang mahal naman yan.
Magkano ba ang resale value?
Parang umabot ng 15 yan, Dino eh.
Baka pumila siya. Gumising siya ng maaga.
Nanalo dun sa,
Sa raffle,
no?
di ba?
Alex Lau fakes it, drives it, but he can't score it. Bounce it to Kalantok.
Grabe rin bumaba tong La SHERI, oh. Di maka-fast break tong Chang Spa, eh. You have 3 guys, 4 guys already down. Even before players of Chang Spa.
The handoff inside and just look at the types of shots they're getting. It's heavily contested.
It's the length of La SHERI bothering itong Chang Spa.
Up top, Ronald. Give it inside, Alex. The kick, corner. Mid-range jumper, it's too strong.
Those are the shots that I want if I'm Chang Spa. Guys like Stephen Moya taking those outside shots.
Another TV timeout going to be called dito. La SHERI still on top, 33-24. Timeout brought to you by Chu Sarap.
May bago? Uy, akin yan!
Wow! Tamis alat! Lutong lambot! Mas nagpapasarap!
Last pita!
Wow! Sa tamis alat sarap! Mas pinasarap pa, pita!
Patrick Ang onto the free throw line. Chance to cut it down.
As a team, they shoot 61% from the free throw line itong Chang Spa. 4th in the league. Yung percentage na yon. Itong La SHERI, they're number 1 when it comes to free throw percentage. They're averaging 68.8% from the free throw line.
Lim bounce it inside. They try to get it to Sydney, but a 3-second violation called on Sydney Abrigo.
The number 1 offense has only produced 25 points for the first 17 minutes of this first half.
Ang gandang labanan, Dino, no? Number 1 offense versus number 1 defense. Complete opposites going at it. Tan leaves it inside, and once again, they can't get it off Abrigo. But Patrick Ang gets a steal against 2 defenders.
Ball number 20, Earl C, second personal penalty.
Patrick Ang once again heading to the free throw line.
That was a good defensive possession.
and our Midway Design Center. Office systems and home furnishing located in 111 D. Tuazon Street, Barangay Lourdes, Quezon City. So look for Mr. Ray Go.
As I was saying, that was already a good defensive possession coming from SHERI. But a bad pass coming from Earl C. Leading to that steal of Patrick Ang.
Down to just 5 points. Albert tees it up. Way short. And like you did mention, that's the shot you want to give if you're from CHANG SPA.
Outside shot. Kesa makatira sila, malapitan sila Sydney Abrigo, Alex Lau.
Tan going around and in.
It's a 2-point ball game. So the offense of CHANG SPA picking up in this the latter part of the second quarter.
They try to answer back, but Chua, he can't get it. Rebounded by CHANG SPA, and Tan brings it down. Off to Patrick Ang, 12 seconds on the shot clock. Give it inside, Kalantok. To the left side, go. Open look. Would have been a big shot to take the lead.
Charles Philip Tan has stepped up. He has 8 points right now. 2 3-pointers.
Carlson gets it. Mid-range jumper. Still another air ball para sa SHERI. Ronald Lim set to re-enter. Taking a look at Tan from that corner. Locked and loaded. Patrick Ang going to the left. Attacking inside. And it's not every day you see someone trying to go right at Alex Lau. But Patrick Ang, he knows he can do it right there, drawing that foul.
Foul magnet din to si Patrick Ang because he knows how to draw contact, and alam niya pag ifa-foul na siya eh. So he has that ability, and that's why he shoots a lot of free throws.
And right now, Patrick Ang ties up the ball game, 33-all. Ronald Lim has it. Whips it to the corner. Jeffrey Chua gets stopped by Go. 9 seconds left. Back to Jeff. Puts up the three. It's short. Offensive board. Lim can't get it. Fresh 14 para sa SHERI. Jeffrey with the corkscrew. Another offensive board para sa kanila. No shot clock reset. Forward pass to Tan. Can he catch it?
Oh.
Just a bit too low para kay Tan.
If it was a bit higher, nasa lusanan ni Charles yun.
And they would have taken the lead with that two-pointer. Balik dito kay Albert Chua. Pocket pass. Intercepted by Kalantok. 2-on-1 fast break. Give it up to the right side. They can't finish, but a foul. And Jeffrey Chung heading to the free throw line.
Ball number 7, Albert Chua penalty. That is third personal. 2 free throws for Jeff Chung.
Chance dito para kay Jeff Chung. But still struggling. Itong si Chung, even from the three-point line. Zero out of 2 on that trip, and last shot coming up dito sa SHERI. Ronald Lim controls it. 8 seconds left to Jeffrey Chua. Back to Ronald Lim. 4 seconds left. The floater. No. Alex Lau tries to get it. But they can't get it off in time. At the end of our first 20 minutes of action, it's a tight one between the number 1 and the number 4, Dino. 33-all is the score.
Well, CHANG SPA, 15 points in the first quarter, then 18 points in the second quarter. But I would say it's their defense in the second quarter that allowed just 9 points for La SHERI. When they scored 24 points in the first quarter, and ngayon we have a tied ball game, it'd be interesting to see what kind of adjustments both teams make, especially etong CHANG SPA is an offensive-minded team, etong La SHERI is a defensive-minded team coming into the second half.
33 all is the score at the end of our first 20 minutes of action.
Mahalaga, basta't kasama kita. Saan man mapunta, may bounty friend. My bounty friend.
Reunion Graham Bar?
Easy and with
May bago? Uy, akin yan!
Wow! Tamis alat! Lutong lambot! Mas nagpapasarap!
Last Fita!
Wow, sa tamis alat sarap. Mas pinasarap pa, Fita.
Mahalaga, basta't kasama kita. Saan man mapunta, may bounty friend. My bounty friend.
And checking out our halftime stats between CHANG SPA and La SHERI, Dino. Taking a look at our stats, what stands out to you the most dito?
I think it's the rebounds kasi it's giving La SHERI a lot of opportunities to score the basketball, but nakabawi ang CHANG SPA because of the turnovers they've forced against La SHERI. At the same time, they've hit already three threes in this first half. That's why it's a tied ball game with 33 all.
Nandito naman sa leading scorers natin in that first half, Dino. Of course, Patrick Ang leading the way for his squad. That's not a surprise for anyone.
And I think the guy that stepped up for CHANG SPA was Charles Tan with 8 points to back up si Patrick Ang. Medyo tahimik pa dito si Brian Calantok. I think 2 points pa lang siya in this ball game.
Personal foul.
But Patrick Ang in a bit of pain right now on that left
I
shoulder.
think that's a shoulder.
Clearly, you could see.
But he's right-handed, so I don't think it's gonna affect his shot. But it might bother his dribble on the left hand.
Kahit sumasakit doon, still being able to make that free throw itong si Ang. Missed though on the second one. Third quarter just having begun. But our final game of this Wednesday evening. Aaron D still joined by Dino Lee. The drive inside. And the foul drawn para kay Jeff Chua.
Foul number 0, Jeff Chu, his first team foul.
Nag-switch to man-to-man defense itong CHANG SPA to begin this third quarter.
And what do you think about that? Switching on to a man-to-man defense.
Kasi pwede kasi if you play zone, there's a tendency to give up offensive rebounds, but if you play man-to-man, which I feel like they can match up against the players of SHERI. So, yung height lang medyo talo sila, pero yung matchup wise defensively, kaya nila eh. They don't have, I think they have players that can play good individual defense.
Chung missing on that three-pointer on the other end. Here comes Ronald Lim. The kick out inside. Chua posting, and then he kicks it to Mon. Open look. Barely grazing the rim on that shot.
Tapos wala pa yung number 1 scorer nila na si Erwin Lim. So, mas limited yung magkikreate for SHERI.
Patrick Ang can't get the jumper to drop. But a loose ball foul going to be called on the battle for the rebound.
Foul number 22, Raymond Kwan.
It's going to be on Raymond Kwan.
Second team foul.
Expressing his displeas on that call.
Shot clock 14.
Baseline inbound, the catch, the shot, it's off. Chua to lead the break. He finds the cutter, but no, they pull it out. Ronald Lim going zigzag, attacking the cup and getting the foul. Plus the bucket. Tough move, tough delivery para kay Lim. Up by 3 points. Our SHERI taking a look at that quick move from Ronald Lim.
So I'm not sure with what Elizardo C did there kasi defensively, kasi si Ron Lim is not gonna take a lot of outside shots because his game is driving to the basket or taking a shot from the perimeter. So if I'm his defender, I would give him more space.
See, way short on that shot. Here they come. Chua bounce it to Lim. And then they give it inside. Lau just loses control of the ball. It's a turnover. Kalantok has it.
Libre si Jeffrey Chung. Oh.
There you go, Chung. Give it up, Kalantok. Almost a turnover, but they get it back. That shot hits nothing. No numbers in the favor of SHERI. Lalabas dito kay Ron Lim. 14 seconds on the shot clock. 7 minutes and 38 in this third period. Alex puts it up. Once again, short on the jumper. Kalantok. The fake. The shot. No good. And you did mention, Dino, itong si Kalantok needs to come alive in the second half.
Yeah, only has 2 points to show in this ball game so far. 1 out of 6 from the field and 0 out of 2 from the free throw line.
Still can't get the free throw, but let's take a look at our Golf Classic happening on May 15, 2025, Manila Southwoods Golf and Country Club. So go ahead and contact Coach Edster C for more information dyan on the Golf Classic.
Maybe Brian is having an off night, which happens.
Ron Lim, backdoor. Chua, 7 seconds on the shot clock. Open look from 3. Rebounded by Ang. It's a 3-point lead by Lasherie. Patrick, they move it out. Kalantok onto the left side. Then they bounce it to C, give it back to Chung. They swing it around the perimeter, finding Ang against Lim. 5 seconds left.
Good look.
Ready position para kay Chung, still can't hit it.
Hasn't made the basket itong si Jeffrey Chung. 6 attempts from the 3-point line.
Rebounded. Patrick Ang can't corral it.
And if you're Chang Spa, ang hirap na off-night parehas itong so far, itong si Jeffrey Chung and si Brian Kalantok.
Foul called on the interior. That was called on Lim.
I would have brought in itong si Charles Tan kasi he played well in the first half. He had 8 points. You might wanna use him if you're Chang Spa.
Chua, open look, got it. It's a 3. Here comes Kalantok. On to the left. Always trying to find itong si Patrick Ang are the Chang Spa players. But he can't get the 3 to drop. Bounce it. Steal it para kay Kalantok. Here they come. That's a tough shot. And of all the shots Kalantok can make, he makes the toughest one, Dino.
Yung ano pa, no? Yung pinakamahirap pang tira yung na-shoot niya. Sa kanina, may mga libre siya eh. Mga free throw, di niya ma-shoot.
And Chang Spa getting a bucket and a stop. Momentum slowly swinging on their side.
But you'll take it if you're Chang Spa. I mean, it wasn't really a good shot for Brian Kalantok, but yan yung pwede na. Kasi shoot naman.
And if that could start to get Kalantok in his rhythm, it's going to be a good one. Para sa Chang Spa. Ang receives. Driving hard to the right. The kick.
Oh.
It's a steal. Chua in a foot race against Go, and he gets the easy lay. And getting ready to check back in. Itong si Charles Tan, like you mentioned, Dino, they need some scoring right now. Kalantok. Oh, that's too strong, the high arcer. Chua, bounce it. Give it back to Jeff. To Albert Chua. Lau, the kick. Albert, hook pass inside. That's with the tasty dish. To Alex Lau. Here comes Ang. Leaves it for Kalantok.
Great look.
45-39, 4 minutes and 17 in this third quarter. Chua all alone, got it. It's a 3.
And if there's one guy you might not want to leave wide open for Lasherie, it's Jeffrey Chua.
Chua with the slight hesitation, and then he lays it up. Outside, inside, you name it, Jeffrey Chua's got it.
11-point lead now.
3 minutes and 45. Chung bounce it inside to Go. Facing the bucket, it's off. But Kalantok skying high for that rebound and getting fouled. It's going to be 2 free throws coming up for him. One more time, take a look at that hook pass for the Brennan Elastomeric points in the paint. Alex Lau with the finish inside. And Chung had to be subbed out para kay Charleston. Itong si Chung also struggling, Dino, in this game.
0 for 7. Ito naman si Brian Kalantok. 1 out of 7 from the free throw line.
And that just even
Something
hurts.
is up. I'm not sure if he has a arm or a wrist injury. Or talagang off night, cold shooting night ang nangyayari sa kanya ngayon.
And Dino, it's one thing to be 1 out of 7 from the field. It's another thing to be 1 out of 7 from the free throw line. Leaving a lot of points on the board para sa Chang Spa. Chua open look once again. Book it. That's just too open para sa kanya.
Especially, he's already hit two threes prior to that one. It has been an off shooting night for Chang Spa.
Albert Chua, everything going the way of SHERI. Chua getting the friendly bounce and extending the lead 55-39. 2 minutes and 32 remaining in this third quarter. Timeout brought to you by Chu Sarap.
Mahalaga, basta't kasama kita. Saan man mapunta, may bounty friend. My bounty friend.
Fresh off that timeout, SHERI getting it done on the offensive end. Meanwhile, Chang Spa, they've been struggling at what they're good at, Dino.
A lot of things not going their way. They're just 10 out of 24 from the free throw line. And they're shooting 25% from the field. So if guys like Jeffrey Chung and Brian Kalantok are struggling offensively, it's difficult to go up against a team like SHERI.
Patrick Ang attacking off that triple threat position.
Foul number 13.
Foul na naman ang tatawagin dito.
That is first.
Patrick back to the free throw line. A chance for more para sa kanya.
32, Patrick Ang.
Both of these teams are tied at the top of free throw attempts.
And our Midway Design Center office systems and home furnishing located in 111 D. Tuazon Street, Barangay Lourdes, Quezon City. Look for M. Ray Go. It's a 15-point lead. Albert Chua wanted to make it 18, but he can't get it to drop.
Basta bantayin mo lang si Jeffrey Chua kasi he has already hit 3 3-pointers. And you can opt for other guys to take those outside shots.
Here comes Albert. They slow it down. Less than 2 minutes remaining dito in our third period.
Grabe, 24 points na to si Jeffrey Chua. Only guy in double digits for his team.
Another tough delivery para kay Chua. Goes out though. Here comes Kalantok. Stolen from behind. But lucky break para sa kanila. It's gonna stay with them.
Coming into this small game, Jeffrey Chua is only averaging 8.3 points per game. He now has 24.
And really came to life today. Kalantok, nice cut. Couldn't finish. But a foul going to be called. But Dino, 1 out of 7 from the free throw line.
Sorry, 1 out of 6.
1 out of 6.
1 out of 6.
Once again, going to be tested on the line itong si Kalantok.
Averaging
Brian Kalantok.
50% from the free throw line coming to this ball game. 11 out of 26 na sila as a team, di ba?
And there you go. Kalantok looks like he heard us. 2 out of 2 on that trip.
And they haven't been making a lot of threes in this ball game because they make 10.3 threes per game. That's good for second in this tournament. So shots hasn't been falling.
Stephen tees it up. Rebounded Kalantok. Here we go. Chung's on that right side. Bounce it inside. Back to Kalantok. They want to get it to Ang. Posting up. Fading away. Difficult shot.
That's a difficult shot.
Here comes Jeffrey Chua. And they're going to set it up once again. Ronald Lim has it. Abrigo. And he gets fouled on the way up.
Foul on number 7, Ryan Kalantok, his first 14 foul.
Less than 40 seconds in this third quarter. It's a 13-point lead.
Sydney Abrigo.
Abrigo, chance to make it even more. Can't get that free throw to drop.
24% lang tong CHANG SPA. Shooting the ball from the field. That's not really a recipe for success.
And most especially when you did mention, Dino, that's their main weapon, their main way of attacking the ball game. It's through scoring. Chung, this time he attacks the closeout, but he can't get the open layup to drop. Would have said, Dino, na finally not opting for the outside shot, this time going in.
Well, he's not the type of player that you count on to drive the basket and making a layup. He's usually a guy you set up for the three-point shot. So at the time, baka hindi siya comfortable.
But nonetheless, they get 2 free throws dito. Lim's second one, it's in. And with everything that's happened in this quarter, Dino, it's just down to 12 points. Last shot dito para sa SHERI. Big stop if CHANG SPA could get it. Jeffrey Chua has it, gets the pick, rejects it. 6 seconds left. Abrigo, excuse me, that's Sydney driving in. No. Ang throws it up. And CHANG SPA getting a much-needed stop at the end of our third quarter. And only being down by 12 points heading into this fourth quarter. Could the #1 offense get it done against the #1 defense, Dino?
It's gonna be tough for CHANG SPA, especially being down 12 points to start the fourth quarter against a #1 defense. And you have to give it to SHERI because they've been scoring the ball well outside of the second quarter. They scored 24 points in the first quarter, and then they had 23 in the third quarter, led by Jeffrey Chua, who already has 24 points in this ball game, just averaging 8.3 coming into this ball game.
56-44. It's a 12-point lead at the end of our third. And let's get it started. Our fourth quarter final game of this Wednesday evening. Aaron D joined by Dino Lee in this SHERI versus CHANG SPA matchup. Down by 12 points are CHANG SPA. Ronald Lim puts it up and puts it in.
When they start making those shots, they're really tough to beat itong La SHERI.
Patrick Ang, kick out. Chung, could he finally make one? No, Kalantok. Alex Lau with the rebound. Here comes Jeffrey Chua. One-on-one against Lim. Left hand. In and out. Takbuhan naman dito ang Chang SPA. Kalantok has it. The pull-up pop. It
Ooh.
drops off the glass.
Already has 11 points itong si Brian Kalantok after having just 2 points in the first half. So kahit papano, even with a bad shooting night, he has showed up in the scoring department.
Almost a steal para kay Ang. Chua gives it up inside. No. Rebounded by Chung. Whips it to Ang. Bounce it to Tan. Oh no, they can't finish it. That would have brought it down to 10. Here comes Chua to Ronald Lim. No good on the shot, but it's going the way of Chang SPA.
That was a missed opportunity for Chang SPA. Especially with this kind of defense.
Looking at our BYD Valenzuela fast break of the game. Kalantok bounce it off the glass for the deuce. But it looks like our referees are gonna have a quick review dito. Check out kung sino ba yung last touch. Review gonna be called dito, but
I think on the last possession, to see who it went off of, to determine who gets the possession.
But Dino, you just can't help but feel for Chang SPA if Charles Tan got that open layup to drop.
Minsan ka lang magkakaroon ng ganong opportunity against the #1 defense of La SHERI. And if you miss those kinds of opportunities, di mo na babalik yan.
But right now, they're still in striking distance, down by 12 points itong Chang SPA.
Will we be able to take a look at that?
Right now, referee still trying to check.
Was there a coach's challenge?
Not entirely sure, Dino.
So it was like a decision of the referees to take a look at.
Siguro hindi rin nila nakita ng clearly, no? In that last out-of-bounds play.
Ayan na.
There you go.
Okay. It was out of the hands of Jeffrey Chung last.
Yup, and the referees made that decision clearly.
Oh, there was a challenge, I think. As mentioned by our
And meron
venue
pala
announcer.
dito, no? May challenge pala.
Yeah, pwede yun pag possession. Yung kung sino last touch.
Shot clock at 16 seconds.
Right off the hand of Chung. Opportunity para sa La SHERI. But Kalantok taps it out. 8 minutes and 30 seconds in this final period. 14 seconds para sa La SHERI. Lim, back to Stephen. Open look.
Oh.
Rebounded
Uy!
by Alex, but this time they missed the gimme on their side. Patrick Ang, quick cross. The kick, go. Open look. In and out. Kalantok boards it. Back to go. Another try. Still short on that one.
A lot of open looks for Chang SPA, but they just couldn't capitalize. And they live and die by the 3 as a team.
And Alex Lau. Just a tough shot right there and really putting the hopes down of Chang SPA. But Patrick Ang, 3-point try, and this time he's heading to the free throw line.
This will be his 17th, 18th, and 19th free throw attempts in this ball game. SGA when it comes to getting to the free throw line.
And Dino, talagang may mga players na gano'n, no, na they just know how to draw that contact, when to take the shot, and
Yes.
talagang just how to find that look para sa kanila.
Oh, mga ala Kobe Bryant, James Harden.
He gets the rebound, and that's a 4-point possession coming from Chang Spa and Patrick Ang. Don't look now, Dino, it's just 10 points.
Well, pag gumagawa talaga si Patrick Ang, he gives Chang Spa a chance. But Jeffrey Chua has other things in mind.
Tan could have answered back with a 3-pointer of his own. Here comes Jeffrey Chua.
Grabe, ang init, 27 points.
The hot hand wants more. No, it's out to Stephen. Give it back to Jeffrey Chua.
Hindi mo ramdam yung absence nitong si Erwin Lim.
Almost drops in. But the cleanup is good para kay Abrigo. Less than 7 minutes. And this fourth quarter, ballooning back to 15 points is the lead of La SHERI. Ang, high archer. Abrigo gets it. Here they come running. Ronald Lim, bounce it inside. Jeffrey Chua gets the deuce. Offensive foul called on Kalantok. Chua getting the bucket and then the stop.
Almost a 30-piece for Jeffrey Chua. He now has 29 points.
Up top to Ronald Lim. Lob it up inside Abrigo. The kick open, Chua. In and out. Abrigo though one more time. Alex Lau naman, still no good. Abrigo gets another attempt. Chua left hand. No, it's still Abrigo.
Oh my goodness.
And how many times was that, Dino? Hindi ko na nga mabilang ilan yung possessions nila doon.
It's really the height advantage of La SHERI. That's why they were able to get how many offensive rebounds? 5, 4 on that single possession. Napatawa na lang ako kasi it's parang having a field day itong La SHERI.
Our Golf Classic happening on May 15, 2025 in the Manila Southwoods Golf and Country Club. Contact Coach Edster C for more details on the Golf Classic.
Grabe yun, no? In one possession, so many offensive rebounds. Kahit may tao na yung chance pa sa ilalim, di pa rin nila makuha.
Kalantok loves the glass, using it once again. 15-point lead, 5 minutes and 45.
And maybe this is a game where you miss a guy like Wesley Lau, who's not as tall as Alex Lau and Sidney Abrigo, but he can do a lot of dirty work for Chang Spa. He can defend, he can defend bigger guys, he can get rebounds for you.
And really, that's what they need right now. They need a lot of beef on the interior. Yun ang kulang sa kanila ngayon. Chua, he's been feeling it in this fourth quarter. But an error coming from Jeffrey Chua.
Same foot jump, same foot landing. That's definitely gonna be called traveling.
This time they roll it onto Kalantok. Chung reinserted into this ball game.
La SHERI for the very first time is on pace to go past 70 points, which they haven't done in their first 4 games.
Chung gets it.
Will this be it?
In and out para kay Chung.
0 out of 10.
Bounce it. Jeffrey Chua. No good naman. Here comes Kalantok running. Chung open in that corner. Can he finally make it? Connects.
May showing signs of life itong si Jeffrey Chung, scoring his first points in this ball game.
And when you're that wide open, you've got to take it. Definitely Chung, they need his shooting right now. Ronald Lim, the kick, Chua. Inside, Alex Lau gets the basket plus the foul.
Taking out by Alex Lau. Foul number 10, Angelo Lim.
And when he receives it that deep, there's not much you can do against Alex Lau.
13 foul. Motor shot for Alex Lau.
And Dino, every time this Chang Spa team, they try to go on a run of their own. This La Cherie squad always having an answer back.
And
C can't even get the open layup.
one of the things that they've been doing well in this ball game is getting the offensive rebounds. Sydney Abrigo has 5 and Alex Lau has 4 for a total of 19 offensive rebounds.
And extending this lead to even more, 16 points. Kalantok inside C, mid-range jumper. Still offline.
And La Cherie has finally surpassed yung 70 points. They're now at 73. And that's what's scary about this team. For the teams that they'll be facing in their last game in the group phase eliminations is they can really defend well. But when they start scoring,
And the #1 defense.
wins are easy to come by for them.
Here comes Chua. Hits back iron. Abrigo.
City of River.
3 minutes remaining. On to Kalantok. Facing the bucket. No. C gets it one more time para kay Kalantok. Fakes it. And then he gives it. Ang with the penetration. Out to Chung. Back to Ang. And Kalantok really loves the glass. Not sure, but I think all of his buckets in this game, puro
Happy.
bank shot ata, Dino.
Outside of free throws, it has been, well, that's his favorite shot. He has been doing it in their games.
Ang one-on-one. Lim lets him have it. But they're still up big time itong La Cherie. 75-59.
It was tied at 33 going into the second half.
Let's do it.
The last 2 quarters, the third and the fourth has been all La Cherie.
Albert Chua.
And right on cue, Albert Chua
Chang Spa.
getting the outside look to drop. Timeout brought to you by Chew Sarap.
Mahalaga, basta't kasama kita. Saan man mapunta, may bounty friend. My bounty friend.
(78-59). A minute and 52 seconds remaining. And once again, La Cherie imposing their might, not just on the defensive end, but on the offensive end. And credit to Jeffrey Chua, Dino, really heating up in this second half.
31 big points for Jeffrey Chua. Hindi nga natin naramdaman yung kawalan ni Erwin Lim in this ball game.
Ronald Lim to the left side, Stephen for the 3.
And they've managed to score 78 points. So sabi ko kanina, kailangan ng Chang Spa makascore ng more than 70 points. But looks like they should have scored more than 78 to get this win.
And with about a minute and 12 remaining, looking like a done deal para dito sa La SHERI. Still staying on top in this 35 and up division. Mid-range bucket. Hits nothing. Tan to push it itong si Charles Tan. And he had a good first half.
But
Wasn't really able to
Score
continue
any-
that. Yeah.
in the second half, he had that opportunity nung libre siya sa fast break nung third quarter, but it was a sorry miss.
And like you did mention, Dino, hindi na mababalik yung mga opportunity na ganun. And a lot of what ifs. If Tan could have made that shot, could have cut it down to 10 points with all the momentum on the side of CHANG SPA.
And you're missing Wesley Lau, tapos Jeffrey Chung couldn't make baskets. Only 3.13 in this ball game.
3, Earl C.
And Earl C adding the finishing touches on this game with a three-pointer.
La SHERI, they're gonna stay undefeated
3,
with one game remaining against Vicon Builders, who's currently 3-1 in the team standings.
And with about a second remaining in this game, it's the number one La SHERI coming up with the victory over CHANG SPA. At that halftime, it was a tied ball game. But La SHERI showing us why they're number one, not just on the defensive end, but as well as on the offensive end. Getting over the hump and getting a big W over the number 4 CHANG SPA. What a game for us today, Dino.
Yeah. Their defense has been as good as their first game, itong La SHERI. And what clicked for them outside of the number one defense is their scoring. And leading the way has been Jeffrey Chua scoring 31 points. And watch out for the teams that they will be facing La SHERI, because when they start making those shots, it's pretty much a done deal and a W for them. And right now, they're sitting at 5-0 at the top of the standings.
And a 19-point win coming from La SHERI. And you mentioned it, Dino, the player of the game, none other than Jeffrey Chua, coming to life in that second half. Tough shots, tough buckets. He did it all for his team.
Yeah, scoring 31 points, with 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and making 4 big threes for his team. Itong si Jeffrey Chua. Picking up where Erwin Lim left off, because he's on a trip outside the country. Yung si Erwin Lim, their number 1 scorer, but itong si Jeffrey Chua coming into this ball game, only 8.3 points per game. Pero 31 points in this ball game.
And what a big game from the number 1 La SHERI. Taking a look at our upcoming games. Tingnan natin dito, happening on April 25 here at the SGS Stadium. It's Fullercon Industries versus Vivaya Shoes, happening at 7:30 p.m. in the 50 and up division. Tapos, the last game of that day happening at 8:45. It's Sista Alex Tony versus Snowbird Plastics, still in the 50 and up division. Yan ang aabangan nyo dito in the GABL Bounty Fresh 2025 Basketball League natin. Still a lot of games to be played and a lot of action in store for all of the fans. On behalf of Dino Lee and the entire dedicated crew behind the scenes, this has been Aaron D, guiding you through these 2 games on this Wednesday evening. See you later from the city of Quezon City.
Mahalaga, basta't kasama kita, saan man mapunta.